Yeah, the players return to the boards.
Okay.
So we're ready for round 2 of the Blitz tournament. The drawing of lots for Norway Chess 2013, and well, maybe let's have a look at the opening moves of Magnus's game. I think
it's Carlsen again. I guess we have to follow, or what?
We are in Carlsen country, so in that case, it's not such a bad idea.
Carlsen against Radjabov.
And that definitely promises. Well, there's some intrigue there.
Yeah. To me, it seems like Radjabov has big complexes against Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
Magnus has beaten him so many times, and it doesn't look like Radjabov plays at his ordinary level when he plays Magnus.
Mm-hmm. And
which is good for Magnus.
Yeah. And that's a purely psychological thing, you think?
But Radjabov is of course available to beat anybody.
I guess so. He beat Veselin Topalov in the first round, who is not who's a former world champion and a player in great shape lately. So are they? Yeah, they are about to start. So are you going to follow Magnus's game?
I've opened Magnus' game, I think.
Let's see.
So when something happens, we will be there and catch it.
Well, he takes off his jacket. I don't know.
I don't know how many people follow this, but there's actually India against China on board 3 there, and against Wang Hao.
Yeah.
Do you think there are many people from India and China following their heroes?
Well, if it's only a percentage, we'll be very happy. So. Yes, but I think many people there, particularly in India.
How many do you think there are following Anand and now Wang Hao when they play tournaments like this?
I think with Anand it's a lot. I mean, he's really very popular in his country. In China, chess is relatively small. So I don't expect that too many people follow that, apart from the in crowd. But in India, you see, you meet an Indian and you ask, do you know Anand? And chances are very, very high that they know him.
Yes.
With the Chinese chess players, I think your chances are much, much lower. So, are they moving? No.
That's just started now.
Okay.
Comes,
they shake hands and hoops. There goes Magnus's knight to f3. Do you get the game there?
I don't know what. Here it comes.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you have a copy. If you, that's what you do.
A slow start, very slow start actually for Magnus.
Okay, there's a fianchetto of both bishops. But that's the good thing about Blitz, that even slow starts, they look fast. They at least they go quickly.
That's the way Magnus plays these days. He plays he always plays very slowly actually, which is a bit surprising, since he's the best in the world. But that's his style.
Yeah. Okay, so what are his plans here?
I wish I could get the games up here, because
which game do you want to go to? Well, there's the game live.
I don't get it on my analysis screen. But most of it's not really possible to analyze anything with Blitz anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We can just follow it live.
Okay.
And
well, so what's happening in Magnus's game? Are you still moving?
That's just very, very slow, and there's absolutely nothing that says that Magnus should have any advantage whatsoever. Actually, to me, it looks like actually black is a bit better with the space advantage.
Okay. Well, then both players who lost in the previous round are playing each other. So they, it's Jan Ludwig is playing against Veselin Topalov.
Jan Ludwig, that's interesting. To me, it seems like Jon Ludvig has started very well. He has a good plan too. I think maybe that's a good game to follow. Actually, Jon Ludvig Hammer. There might be a little bit nationalistic here, but that's okay. What?
Yeah. So what's so good about his position?
Because he has a plan. He can push his G pawn, G4 and G5 with a great attack.
Okay, and then break open the black king side.
Yes, Vestlin Topolo just prevented it, but it's not much black can do. So at the moment there's absolutely nothing to worry about for white, but the question is what to do.
Yeah, you're just looking for black's counterplay, and it's not easy to see.
I don't see any counterplay.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not so easy to find a white plan either. A natural plan would be maybe h3 and knight h2 to play bishop g4 and trade off that. Just forget about the g-pawn attack and just trade the bishop and e2. Yeah. That's of course white's. That's not a good piece at the moment. He played g4 anyway. Oops. Is that possible? Obviously it was. Apparently. I wasn't sure what happened on if it took, but.
Well, Simon, you worked with Magnus, but you also worked with Jon Ludvig. Is he a good blitz player?
Jon Ludvig, yes, he's okay. But with Jon Ludvig, just anything can happen. It depends on his mood. But he can beat anyone. He's beaten Magnus a couple of times, actually. He does that occasionally.
In this rapid tournament, when was that?
Yeah, that wasn't a serious tournament, but. Oh, why did Jon Ludvig let his Topolov's knight go to c2 and d4? That was must have been a grave mistake.
That's not where you want to have it.
No, I thought he controlled the position totally. Oh, no. That changed the picture dramatically, but not more dramatically that that black might be equal. Black is not better. White is better, but he should not have let that knight go to c2.
That's not where you...
Why did he do that?
Well, we cannot ask him now, so...
I think he's very annoyed at himself for that.
Yeah, okay, but...
now things are happening. I'm not sure if this is in Ludwig's favor, but still, it's not much black can do.
Yeah, that's the tragedy. You make a mistake and then, you have to recompose yourself and...
To me, it seems like Ludwig is fixing his psychology by making a couple of draws against good players.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason that he should lose this game against Topolov. But I don't see that he can win either.
So what else? What is the world champion doing?
That's interesting. That's a complicated game.
He's playing against Wang Hao, the best Chinese player at the moment.
Anand has played. He hasn't played the Stonewall, but it has become a Stonewall setup after the Catalan start, and that's always an interesting structure because it's not drawish. But to me, the bishop on g2 is not good, that's for sure. And black has a great square on d5 for his knight. That knight is going to return there very soon, obviously. And I don't see any good pieces for white at all, actually, because the bishop on c1 is not good either. It seems like black is having a very good position.
And is Magnus making any progress against Radjabov on the first board?
It wouldn't surprise me if he did, but from the beginning it looked like absolutely nothing.
But now he seems to...
Might be something now, because the pawn on b4 is a little bit weak, and Radjabov... the pawn on b4 is weak. And Magnus has got the A line, and actually the pawn on d5 is weak as well. Oh no, it becomes interesting.
That's an interesting decision to take these doubled pawns.
That was special. I'm not sure that was good, to be honest.
You mean special is not always good, but...
it was the natural move to take with the e pawn on d4.
But he will have had a clear plan with this. Or you thought it was instinct?
Magnus plays on instinct.
Yeah. Well, so far his instinct has not disappointed him.
But
so
what's this? Isn't Magnus just losing a pawn now? He's going to double on the second rank, on the 7th rank. So. And that might be something, but not for very long, because now the one rook is disappearing.
And well, with only one rook, it's very difficult to double rooks.
But this is actually a little bit double-edged, because there might be something with knight e5, and Magnus has to take that one on d8, and then follow up with rook a7 maybe, or knight e5.
Yeah. I think in Jon Ludwig's game, things have not gone too well.
Oh no, Ludwig lost on exchange.
Yeah.
Or has he sacrificed it sometime? At some moment.
Looks like Vezin Topalov is striking back after his loss in the first round. So.
But it's not over. But that must have been very unnecessary of Jon Ludwig. But that's a very bad sign if he loses that game.
Because this position looks so promising, you mean?
Yes. Leslie Topalov just sacrificed a couple of pawns to open up, and that looks very, very scary.
And I see we have a first decision, Simon. Sergei Karjakin, he beat Hikaru Nakamura with black. So the one of the two leaders immediately stumbled and was defeated by Russian champion. No, not Russian champion, but Russian grandmaster, Sergei Karjakin. Hikaru Nakamura is still the American champion, but not for long, because at the moment the American championship takes place and he's not playing there, so he will lose that title, but he preferred to be here in Norway. And with good reason. The position Magnus has is very similar to a very classical pattern game with Capablanca, I think. Yeah.
And unfortunately, Magnus is on the wrong side.
Oops. And what's the result?
Black won that game, so I think Magnus is actually in trouble just by. And Anand won against Wang Hao.
All right. So happiness in India. The world champion scores his first point, which is not that much of a surprise because he's an awesome Blitz player. So, and another black win. Peter Svitler wins against Aronian. So that's.
So Aronian is not having a good start.
Yeah, that's.
But of course, Petr Svitler can beat anybody.
Of course, he's 6-time Russian champion, which is not something everyone can say.
Yes, and that explains. That actually says a lot because there is a reason for him winning all those titles.
Yeah, he's often forgotten when people are talking about the let's say the greatest Russian players at the moment. But of course, he's a formidable player. And as we could see in London at the candidates tournament, where he did so well and finished only half a point behind Magnus and Kramnik. So how's Magnus doing?
Magnus is fighting for a draw. And so is Jon Ludwig, and he's fighting very well because it is a perpetual right away.
Oops.
Excellent. There's no way black can get away with that one.
Well, that was a turbulent game. I mean, both of them winning at some point, and.
Oh no, Magnus is losing. Unless he has. That's losing. This Magnus is losing.
Oops, that's a tough one.
No doubt about that. It's resignable.
So Radjabov has some small revenge for the loss that he suffered in the penultimate round in London. That very, very crucial game for Magnus. And yeah, this is clear. Oops, so that's not a very good start for...
That's a reminder because Radjabov did horrible just recently, and now he beats the number one in the world.
Okay.
That's a good reminder about how it is.
Those are remarkable results. So Teemu Radjabov beats Magnus Carlsen with the black pieces, and Jon Ludwig Hammer against Veselin Topalov is a draw. Vishy Anand wins, Peter Svidler wins, and Sergei Karyakin, all with the black pieces.